I found a hidden camera in my new apartment, but what it recorded wasn't meant for me to see. It was meant for whoever came after me. And now I understand why the rent was so cheap. If you're looking for a new place to live, listen to this story first, because what I'm about to tell you might save your life. 3 months ago, I moved into a studio apartment in downtown Seattle. The rent was absurdly cheap, $800 for a place that should have been at least $1,500. The landlord, an older man named Mr. Garrett, seemed desperate to rent it out. He barely asked any questions, didn't run a credit check, and gave me the keys the same day. Previous tenant left suddenly, he muttered, avoiding eye contact. Paid through the end of the month and just vanished. I should have asked more questions, but I was broke, desperate, and the apartment looked perfect. Hardwood floors, exposed brick, huge windows. Sure, it was a little too quiet, and yes, there was a weird smell I couldn't identify, but I convinced myself it was just old building smell. The first week was normal. I unpacked, set up my furniture, started my new job. But then I noticed little things. The bathroom mirror was always slightly fogged, even though I hadn't showered. I'd hear footsteps above me, except I was on the top floor. And that smell. It got stronger at night. On day 9, I was hanging up a picture frame when a section of the wall sounded hollow. I pressed against it, and a small panel popped open. One of those hidden compartments. Inside was a shoebox. My hands were shaking as I opened it. Inside were 3 items. A small camera with an SD card still inside, a journal with water-damaged pages, a newspaper clipping about a missing person named Sarah Chen. Sarah Chen. I Googled her immediately. She'd been reported missing 4 months ago. Last known address? This building. This apartment. I should have called the police right then. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. I plugged in the camera and watched the footage. The first video was dated 6 months ago. It showed this apartment, but lived in, with different furniture. A young Asian woman, Sarah, was sitting at a desk, speaking directly to the camera. Day 1 of documentation, she said. If you're watching this and you're living in this apartment, get out. I'm recording this because I don't think I'm going to make it out, and someone needs to know what happened here. My blood ran cold. She continued. The landlord, Mr. Garrett, isn't what he seems. This building isn't what it seems. And the previous tenant before me? Check the walls. The video cut to her using a stud finder on the walls. When she knocked on one section, the sound was hollow. She took a crowbar and pried open the wall. I had to pause the video. I was hyperventilating because I knew what she was about to find. In the video, Sarah pulled away chunks of drywall. Behind it, wrapped in plastic, was a body. Decomposed, unidentifiable, but definitely human. Sarah was crying, the camera shaking. There's a body in my wall. There's a terrible body in my wall. How many more are there? The video ended. Video with tears streaming down my face. Dated 2 weeks later. Sarah looked like she hadn't slept in days. Her hair was messy, dark circles under her eyes. I can't go to the police, she whispered to the camera. I tried. I went to the station, told them everything. They said they'd send someone. But that night, Mr. Garrett came to my door. He knew I'd been to the police. He smiled at me and said, I hope you're settling in well. Some tenants have trouble adjusting. She was sobbing now. The cops never came. I called the station back. They had no record of my visit, no report, nothing. He has connections. He's been doing this for years. The video showed her researching the building's history. 11 previous tenants in 3 years. All young women, living alone. All disappeared without a trace. No bodies ever found. No investigations. Just gone. "I found 4 more, Sarah said, her voice breaking. 4 more bodies in the walls. Different stages of decomposition. The oldest has been there for years. He's been sealing them in the walls, then renting the apartment out to the next victim. The building is a tomb, and we're all just waiting our turn." The third video was dated just 1 week before she disappeared. Sarah looked directly into the camera. Her eyes were hollow, defeated. "He knows that I know. He's been leaving signs, moving my things, standing outside my door at night. I hear him breathing through the door. He's waiting for the right moment." She held up the journal. "I've documented everything here. Names, dates, what I found. I'm hiding this camera and the journal. If you find this, you need to get out. Don't confront him. Don't go to the local police. Go to the FBI. This is federal because he's crossing state lines somehow." She paused, then added, "Check Unit 7B. That's where he takes them first. There's a basement access that's not on any building plans, and whatever you do, don't drink anything he offers you. That's how he does it." The video ended with her saying, "If I disappear, tell my mom I love her, and burn this awful building to the ground." Just staring at the wall, the same wall Sarah had pried open. I had 2 choices, run or investigate. I chose investigation. I know, stupid horror movie decision. But something in Sarah's eyes made me feel like I owed her this. These women deserved justice. That night, I waited until 2 a.m. and went down to the 7th floor. Unit 7B was at the end of the hall. The door was unmarked, slightly ajar. I pushed it open with my foot. The smell hit me immediately. That same smell from my apartment, but 100 times stronger. Decay. Death. The unit was empty. No furniture, no signs of life. But in the corner was a door in the floor. A basement access, exactly like Sarah said. I opened it. The ladder went down into complete darkness. I used my phone flashlight and climbed down. The basement was large, stretching under multiple units. And on the far wall, I saw them. Plastic-wrapped shapes. 7 of them. 7 bodies. I took photos of everything. I was about to leave when I heard footsteps above me. The floorboards creaking. Someone was in Unit 7B. A voice called down, "I was wondering when you'd find your way here." Mr. Garrett. He appeared at the top of the ladder, smiling down at me. In his hand was a syringe. "You girls are always so curious," he said softly. "That's why I choose you. Smart, independent, investigative. It makes it more interesting." I ran. There was another exit, an old coal chute that led to the alley. I squeezed through, tearing my clothes, scraping my skin. I ran 6 blocks before I stopped. I didn't go to the local police. I went straight to the FBI field office. I showed them everything, the videos, the photos, the journal. They raided the building the next morning. They found 9 bodies in total. Sarah Chen was number 8, and they found the body of a SAP police captain in Mr. Garrett's actual home. That's why the local police never helped. He'd been blackmailing the captain for years. Mr. Garrett was arrested. He confessed to everything. 16 murders over 12 years across 3 different buildings he owned. He called it his collection. I moved out, obviously, but here's the thing that keeps me up at night. When they arrested Mr. Garrett, he was carrying a lease agreement, a new lease, for my apartment. It was dated for next month with a new tenant's name on it. He'd already found his next victim. So if you're apartment hunting and the rent seems too good to be true, Trust your instincts. Check the walls. Research the previous tenants. Because sometimes they never really left.